Okay, morning everyone. Yesterday we had internet problems. Hopefully I've solved that for today, but today's entertainment is there's tree surgeons operating out of the back of the brown elephant cutting stuff down, and you may occasionally hear a chainsaw or a wood chipper start up, and that will just drown me out. So let's hope that doesn't happen in the next 10 minutes. Okay, so today, southwesterly airflow, you can see here, it's a little bit moist air mass that's coming up, which does take a bit of time to dry out as the day goes on. The isobars are reasonably tightly packed, so probably a bit windier than yesterday. We're looking at the sort of 15 to 20 knots on the ground for most of the time. Gusts a little bit more than that, and a bit more at flying heights by the looks of it. And this cold front progressing down over us slowly during the day, but fizzling out. I think by the time it gets to us at about 6-7 o'clock tonight, there'll be just the odd shower on it. It'll be a very weak feature. And then tomorrow, we're back into a sort of northwesterly light high pressure system, just building for the weekend. So actually looks quite nice for Saturday, and then Sunday going back to a little bit more southwesterly but light. So we should have a nice flyable weekend. So tasks for today. Okay, let's just quick look at those. Farnborough suggesting scattered at 3,000 feet. Yeah, I think that's probably the case later on, maybe just 220, call it 10 knots. Seems about right, southwesterly. And between 10 and 4 o'clock this afternoon, 15 gusting 26. And that's a 40% tempo, so I think it will be the case. The showers and rain bit, I think we'd be unlucky to see any showers and rain here, to be honest. There is a line of showers just to the east of us, but I think you'd be quite unlucky to catch one here by the looks of it. And the upper winds, now there. So middle of the country, 230, 30 knots, down to the south of us, 240, 25. So somewhere between 25 and 30 knots by late morning, lunchtime. So fairly fresh for today at flying height, something to be aware of. And the sat pic shows the sort of frontal system lying here. It's not a strong feature just at the moment. Some nice wave developing over Wales, and we're under this sort of mid to low level stuff that's coming through here. Cloud base was quite low first thing this morning, but it will pick up fairly quickly, and that'll thin out. But as I say, this feature here will take a long time to actually get to us. By the time it does, it won't be much on it. And you can see, even at the moment with the rainfall radar, it's not a particularly well organized, strong feature. There's showers lurking about in places, and some to the east of us, but we'd be very unlucky to see one today. Temperature wise, nicely the split in temperature. This is about 3-4 o'clock this afternoon. North side of that cold front much cooler. Down over us in the warm sector air, 17 degrees, but it feel a little bit chillier than that. Stood at the launch point, that's for sure. You'll need a coat on today. And dew points, they're actually around 11s and 12s at the moment, maybe coming down to sort of 8s and 9s. So it's okay temperature split, but not fantastic. And when you look at those sort of figures into the soundings, this is the 1 o'clock sounding here, you're going to get sort of cloud base by the looks of it somewhere between 2,500 and 3,000 feet above sea level. be lucky if we get 3,000 feet above Lasham, and then cloud amounts running up to about 6,000–7,000 feet. Quite a lot of cloud in this area probably. So small chance of soaring there, and then it all looks like it goes a bit wobbly by late afternoon and evening as the cold front gets here. Top Meteo are suggesting that we're going to see lowish cloud, or 1,500, 2,000 foot cloud by late morning, and then we get bits of cumulus for a while, for a few hours in here by 1 o'clock, and then we'll start to see the progression of the cold front coming down, getting spread out, and then thicker cloud, and probably a little bit of rain. There's just some showers on this, it's showing here for the evening. So thermal heights. That's sort of 12 o'clock, showing 1,000 meters. They're actually showing around us 1,200 meters. I think with the fact that we've got a southwesterly wind, we always know that the cloud base is probably 500–600 feet lower here than top Meteo forecast. And then when you go 10 miles to the north, it goes up again as the air dries out, going across the land. And you can see the progression of the front. So there should be a couple of hours of local soaring before the conditions change, and then the front just comes down over us. That's 6 o'clock tonight as it goes through. Okay, so airspace wise, nothing of note in our area. There is a tiny little one tucked in there, and it's just notifying that there'll be a bird shoot taking place near the runway at Odium, but nothing that's going to affect us. Nothing else in the local area here. The usual high intensity radio transmissions, and that's 124 is for the weekend. So all quiet on the airspace front. And in theory, as I was looking 10 minutes ago at my emails, all quiet on the jet movement front. I got that completely wrong yesterday when I told everybody there'd be one King Air movement, and there turned out to be 5 that we didn't know about. So we do get caught off guard sometimes. So yeah, in theory, no jet movements, and we'll be operating on runway 23 today. Like the strength of that wind that will force us on that direction. Normal setup with operating the launch point vehicle just on the runway near the intersection of 23 and 27, and cables on the south side grass. Okay, folks, I think we can probably, looking at the sky, go and get the kit out, and I will see you out there.